Flushing as the Mets get set to play the final game of their 4-game series against the Cubs. The Mets won the first 2 games of the series before the Cubs got a 9th-inning home run from Starlin Castro to beat the Mets. There's Carlos Torres, who will get the emergency start today against Kyle Hendricks as the Mets try and make it 3 out of 4 over the Cubs here before they head out to the West Coast to take on Oakland and Los Angeles over the next week, their last trip outside the Eastern time zone. Torres gets the emergency start after pitching in relief yesterday, the first Met pitcher in 10 years to be in that unusual circumstance as Bartolo Colon scratched, going home to be with his extremely ill mother in the Dominican Republic. Kyle Hendricks, the Dartmouth grad, makes his 7th big league start. He has been spectacular so far for the Chicago Cubs. We'll be back for the first pitch at 12:10. Right now, let's send it back to the studio in Gary Apple. Monday starting lineup for the Cubs this afternoon. Arismendi Alcantara moves up to the leadoff spot for the first time in this series. Matt Caesar makes his first major league start after making his big league debut yesterday. That's the lineup that goes up against the emergency starter Carlos Torres. First time since Dan Wheeler in 2004 that a Met pitcher has worked in relief one day and had to start a game the next day.
Dan Wheeler, a name from the past there. You can see Carlos's numbers. It's been a little tough slog for him of late with the long ball. 9 starts last year, was 3-5 with a 4.89. He's the guy the Mets go to, the swing starter reliever. And there's the Lexus defense for your Mets. The same outfield. Den Decker, the right-hander in left field. Flores back in the lineup. Tejada had a nice day yesterday, but Wilmer's back. And d'Arnaud behind the plate returns to the lineup also.
A sparkling afternoon in New York, 81 degrees as we approach game time. Arismendi Alcantara 2 for 12 in this series. 9th time he's led off since he was called up a month and a half ago. Playing his 35th game for the Cubs. Shortstop turned center fielder. It'll be Alcantara, Baez, and Rizzo for the Cubs, who snuck out a 2-1 victory yesterday after the Mets took the first 2 games of the series.
A stunning solo shot from Starlin Castro off of Mejia in the 9th.
First pitch is up and away, and we're underway. Torres, who faced 2 batters yesterday, walked Baez, struck out Rizzo. That was in the 8th inning of yesterday's game. Back at it today. Found out about 3 hours before the game that he would be pitching today. Bartolo Colon let the team know this morning that his mother was seriously ill back in the Dominican Republic. And he is on his way back home now, and we wish the best to Bartolo and his family as they work through his mom's illness. And so Terry Collins really had no choice but to start Torres today. Curveball in there, strike 3 called. Alcantara down looking to start the afternoon.
Little backdoor slide ball, and it's a strike.
So 1 out and nobody on. You know, normally in these circumstances, you'll call up the pitcher and put Colon on bereavement leave. But because the Mets AAA franchise is so far away in Las Vegas, they really had no choice, and they had to bring a player out of their bullpen. And Colon will go on bereavement leave tomorrow.
2,300 miles plus from Las Vegas to New York. And yes,
Baez with a wild cut. And, you know, the Mets are heading to the West Coast. They'll be in Oakland tomorrow night, so they'll probably bring up a relief pitcher to fill the vacancy on the 25-man roster. And Colon can then get 3 to 7 days to be with his mom and do whatever he needs to do for his family. So it's just one more crimp in planning that goes into having your AAA team so far away.
Well, it's going to put the crimp in the bullpen. It depends how far Torres can go today. I'm sure they would like to get 5 out of Carlos. Anything else would be gold.
Yeah, even 4 would probably be sufficient. And Baez down on strikes, so a spectacular start for Torres with back-to-back strikeouts.
Well, another slider, and that's the first strike they've thrown to Baez. Got ahead in the count on sliders out of the strike zone and fastballs up over in the eyes for all balls that he swung at.
So 2 out and nobody on. Now Anthony Rizzo, and the Mets have done a great job of holding Rizzo in check in this series. He's gone 0 for 10. He's had some huge at bats in big spots the last 2 days in the 7th or 8th inning, and it was Torres who struck him out with the bases loaded yesterday. And Rizzo takes a strike.
Well, Rizzo came into this series. Nice shot right there. Reflection of the field. Rizzo came in a slump anyway, so it's pretty evident that he's in a slump because the Mets have just been handling him, and he's not looked threatening at all here.
27 home runs, second to Giancarlo Stanton in the National League. And Torres comes inside and misses. 2-1. Well, Torres made 9 starts for the Mets last year. He was back and forth between the rotation and the bullpen all season last year and was really a godsend for the Mets staff, but fared better as a reliever than as a starter. And a fastball in for a strike. Last year 9 starts, he went 3-5, 4.89 ERA. This year 53 appearances, all out of the bullpen. gone as far as 4 2/3 in a relief outing this year. 2-2 to Rizzo, and he comes to his feet with a cutter. It's 3-2.
Well, the motion of Torres, steps towards first base, pretty upright.
And he strikes out Rizzo, and Carlos Torres, the emergency starter, strikes out the sign in the opening inning. That's the way to begin the afternoon. Afternoon. David Wright took some swings in the cage before the game today, pronounced himself good to go after getting hit in the shoulder blade by a pitch Saturday night, so he's back in there. Wilmer Flores had a day off yesterday, so did Travis d'Arnaud. They're back in as well as the Mets look to get their offense going. It has been in a deep freeze. Rookie Kyle Hendricks, the starter for the Cubs.
Graduate from Dartmouth, majored in economics, 24 years of age, was acquired from Texas back in 2012. I think Ryan Dempster was involved in that trade. He has been spectacular. And the Coors Light defense. That is Matt Caesar, folks. We found out that his folks are of a Polish
descent.
Thank you. As I totally missed the infield, but I'm sure you saw it at home. Castillo's back in the lineup. Behind the plate.
These early day games sneak up on you, don't they?
Hey, yes, they do.
Great Caesar's ghost.
Perry White.
Curtis Granderson leads off against Kyle Hendricks and takes up and away for ball one. Granderson, who had been in an 0-for-17 skid, had the tying base hit in the 8th inning yesterday, only to see the Cubs win it in the 9th. And Curtis flies one to shallow left, and Matt Caesar gets the early chance and handles it flawlessly for the first out. That's S-C-C-Z-U-R, just the way it's spelled. Caesar.
Caesar's everywhere.
Well, he's from Cape May, New Jersey, so he's had plenty of family and friends on hand since he got called up yesterday, and they're back there today, forming his personal rooting section. Here's Daniel Murphy, who has really had his roughest go in a long time these last few days. Went 0-for-4 yesterday and did not look good doing it.
The last 2 days he looks a little tired to me. Here Daniel's always in the lineup. He comes to the ballpark. You don't have to worry about whether he comes in with an aching pain or the phantom hamstring or back. I've played with players that pull that one all the time, particularly always on a day game.
Terry Collins echoed what you said after the game, said he thought Murphy looked tired, but while Terry will probably sit Murphy against the left-hander tomorrow, Scott Kazmir in Oakland, he's in there today to close out the homestand.
And the Mets have an off day in between Oakland and Los Angeles, which will be good for the ball club.
David Wright waiting on deck.
David, I was not surprised to see him in the lineup today, even though it was a late lineup because they had to find out from David. But I already kind of penciled in David in the third hole.
Good change up from Hendricks to strike out Murphy for the second out.
Changeup is right, and sinking change. And we should probably focus on Hendricks. He is off to a terrific start. 4-1 with a 1.73 earned run average. This is his 7th start. His first start at Cincinnati, he got hit pretty hard, but since then, he has been spectacular.
Well, let's see how David swings after getting whacked in the shoulder blade on Saturday. And first pitch, he drives one out to center, but it's playable for Alcantara going back. And David hit the ball well. First pitch he saw, but he's retired, and so are the Mets in the first. No score after 1. Striking out the side in the first inning. It's getting close to school. Not too many more weekday day games. Gonna have kids in the stand.
You had to remind all those kids about that, didn't you?
Starlin Castro had the game-winning home run last night. First pitch he saw from Henry Mejia in the 9th inning.
Fastball away, up, belt high. It was late on it, but stayed level, and he gave that guy a heart punch there.
13th home run for Castro, and that was enough for the Cubs in a 2-1 win.
Boy, it looks like the Cubs are sleepwalking here. First time through the order.
Well, they are a swinging bunch. They've struck out the 2nd most times in the National League, but they've only walked the 10th most times, which gives them the worst strikeout to walk ratio of any team in the major leagues. Luis Valbuena on deck, then Justin Ruggiano. And what it means is that you can throw the pitches out of the strike zone and make productive pitches nonetheless. 2-2 to Castro. So we mentioned that the last time a Mets starter took the mound starting a game the day after he pitched in relief was Dan Wheeler in 2004. That was actually the second week of the season. We were in Atlanta, and Wheeler had worked in relief as Castro dumps one down the left field line for a base hit. Dendecker over quickly to get it, but Castro will stop between first and second and go back.
He had a double all the way. He didn't want the extra, walk the extra mile. He had it easily. I'd like to see him out of the box, and we're going to see him out of the box, out in front of the breaking ball, inner half. Let's go with one hand. He had two. He would have made it.
I mean, he went at least halfway to second base before changing his mind. So that's the first base runner for either side. Now Luis Valbuena, who had a run scoring hit in yesterday's game, just his second hit in his last 35 at bats, and he takes ball one. Here's Castro coming out of the box.
He's hustling all the way. He smells two, and he just a poor judgment right there. I thought he would have had it.
He was intimidated by Den Decker. A little bit high, 2-0.
Always push the envelope.
Anyway, that series in Atlanta, 2004. So Wheeler works in relief, goes an inning and a third, and then the next day, Scott Erickson, who had won the 5th starter job for the Mets that spring, was supposed to make his Mets debut. Erickson strained his hamstring while warming up in the bullpen before the game. I mean, it was literally 5 minutes before the game was supposed to start, and Erickson had to be scratched, and he would not pitch for the Mets for another 3 months. I think he made only a couple of appearances before they let him go. He's right at the end of his career. Anyway, Wheeler had to go in and start the next day after going an inning and a third, and he pitched 4 innings that day. So it had happened 2 other times in Mets history. It actually happened in a big league game last year for the Angels. Billy Buckner had pitched in relief, and he came up and started the next day when Tommy Hansen had to be scratched again during warm-ups right before the game. So it was a last-minute thing in both of those cases. Here, Torres had a few hours' notice because of Colon having to leave the team and fly back to the Dominican because of his mother's illness. But it is a very unusual circumstance any way you slice it. Castro will run. 3-2, foul back. Now the Mets could have gone another direction. They could have had Buddy Carlisle, who did not pitch yesterday, make the start. They could have had Dana Evelyn, who didn't pitch yesterday, make the start. But I think Terry felt as though he could get the most length out of Torres, a guy who has had pretty much a rubber arm since he joined the Mets.
He's the emergency man right there on his staff. No question.
Castro is running on the first 3-2 pitch, and he goes again, and Valbuena fouls it off again. Now, Torres struck out the side in the first inning. Who would you suppose was the last Mets starter to strike out the side in the first inning? The last guy on my list, it was last year, and it wasn't Seaver. The last guy on my list would have been Jeremy Hefner, but that's who it was.
Really?
The last Mets starter to strike out the side in the first. Valbuena lifts one to center, and Lagares is there waiting for it. 1 out. Castro back to first. New York Mets baseball on SNY is brought to you by Bob's Discount Furniture, proud to be the furniture store of the New York Mets. By Hyundai. Hyundai leaves the rest wanting. Find out why by visiting buyhyundai.com today. By Citi. Citi cards can get you in on the action and closer to the game with access to special benefits at Citi Field this season. Visit Mets.com/Citi to learn more. By Geico, 15 minutes could save you 15% or more on car insurance. Visit Geico.com for a free rate quote. And by Toyota, the annual clearance event is going on now. Toyota, let's go places. Justin Ruggiano takes the cutter low and away for ball one. Ruggiano 1 for 5 in this series, including a long home run on Saturday night. Castro at first and 1 out. Torres started the day having given up 6 home runs in his last 11 2/3 innings.
It has been a tough patch for him.
He had 4 straight appearances when he gave up a home run. But the last couple of outings he's looked a little sharper. Now remember that Torres was being used so heavily early in the season that he was up among the league leader in appearances, even though he was pitching sometimes an inning and a third, 2 innings at a time. Breaking ball lifted to left. Dendecker shading his eyes and stays with it for the second out.
Well, you know, pitchers slump like hitters, and what was alarming about Torres was the frequency of the long ball. And using the glove to shade his eyes, got the glasses on, got it covered.
It's interesting. Left field is only a sun problem in these early day games. Normally center field and right field are where you'll encounter more sun at Citi Field. Right field especially later in the day. Two out now. Wellington Castillo.
I think Dendecker has adjusted nicely to left field. He's really a center fielder. Lagares has that pegged down. He has not made any mistakes, not thrown to any wrong bases, hasn't missed cutoff men. But that's not so much getting used to playing a different position. When you start playing left field, the ball's off the bat differently. It's how he reacts. Does he misjudge balls? Is he late getting to a ball? He hasn't been. He's been playing good left field. Got to play the walls a little more. They're closer in, and you play center field. It's 408 out there. We all know how large this stadium is. You have less chance of going up against the walls as we do in the corner positions, particularly left field, because right field here in Citi Field you have that concave fence back there at the Mo zone.
Well, I think even more so, it's dealing with the side walls, especially in these newer ballparks where the line and the wall are so close together.
But at least the side walls you're running and it's in your view. You know, when you're going back on a ball and you get to the track, how do you react when you've got to find where the wall is, keep your eye on the ball? But he's done a terrific job. He has not, by any stretch of the imagination, been a liability out in left field. He's been a positive.
Well, he's such a good outfielder. I mean, if you're a good outfielder, you should be able to adapt to playing the corners, and it's just a matter of him having enough games out there to be comfortable. 2-2 to Castillo. It's the one thing the Mets, I think, have learned since moving to this ballpark is that you have got to have solid outfield defense.
Well,
you just can't win without it. There's too much ground to cover.
The experiment with Daniel Murphy in left and Lucas Duda in left, and this is no criticism of them. There's a pop up to David Wright's going to take in the inning, but that Duda and Murphy out there was pretty glaring. They're not outfielders.
Good thing Wright saw that ball, because Wilmer Flores never did. Tough Sunday on that left side early on. No score at Citi Field. Drive Around the Majors brought to you by Cadillac. Michael Kadire, after a long stint on the disabled list, first day back. It's for the first cycle in the major leagues this year as the Rockies swept a doubleheader from the Cincinnati Reds. Justin Upton homered, and Mike Minor finally gave the Braves a good start as they beat the A's 4-3 to sweep that series. Mets are going to Oakland tomorrow. And Jason Worth, who hadn't played in a week, pinch hit double in the 11th, scored the winning run, and the Nats beat the Pirates 6-5, their 6th straight win.
Well, Oakland and Los Angeles are in not a virtual tie. You see the shift on Duda, and that's what the Cubs have been doing all the entire series, and most clubs.
Duda 1 for 7 in the series, and takes a changeup outside from Hendricks, 1-1.
Oakland's off by 1 percentage point of the Oakland division lead. California in the lead now.
There's that AL West. Mariners still hanging around, 5.5 back, and Seattle in the second wild card spot behind Oakland.
And I said California. Excuse me, folks. Los Angeles Angels of Anaheim. Is that what it is?
They are in California. They are not in Los Angeles. The last I checked the map.
Orange County.
2-1 to Duda, and he fouls it away.
When you play the Angels, did you fly into John Wayne when you played the Angels? You didn't fly into LAX. You remember? You recall? I
have no idea.
John Wayne's in Orange County. You have to fly into John Wayne. You have to. It's just too long a drive to Anaheim from LAX.
Duda breaks his bat. Didn't know where the ball was.
Oh, this is one of those days.
There's been a lot of not knowing where the ball is today. We saw Flores on that pop-up to end the half inning, and watch Duda after he fouls this ball off the left side. Look where he looks for it.
Well, he got jammed big time. No.
No idea.
No. It's down. Back and to the right.
No matter. It was a foul ball. You got the big D and the 2 little D's up for the Mets here in the second. Duda, Darno, and Den-Decker. Looks like Duda's trying to take the ball to left field.
Well, he should, and they're going to throw him away. And Lucas has the ability to go to left center field. We've seen him do it.
It's that one toward the middle. It's Valbuena playing on the right side, making the jump throw, and Rizzo with a great stretch, and they get the out. The third baseman Valbuena playing on the right side, and Rizzo somehow kept his foot on the bag.
And he was laying it out there across the line, and the base runner, you know what? There's some mean guys. Not anymore. Would have spiked you. That'd have been a fight if they do that. I tell you that. That would be uncalled for. But you're right. Nice stretch.
So that is in your scorebook a 5-3 putout because it was the third baseman who was playing out of position in the shift. Terry Collins came out for a moment to think about challenging, but got the thumbs down, so he's back in the dugout. Here's Travis d'Arnaud, 2 for 7 in the series. Got the day off yesterday. Anthony Recker started. Kyle Hendricks made his major league debut July the 10th against the Reds. Gave up 3 first-inning runs in that game, 4 overall. Since then, he's had 5 straight starts where he's gone at least 6 innings and allowed 2 runs or less.
2 of those starts gone over 7 and 7 1/3, no runs.
Another chance for Valbuena, this time in his normal position, and there are 2 out. Now, the last time that a Cubs rookie had 5 straight starts going more than 6 innings and allowing 2 runs or less, Rich Nye. That was 1967.
Rich Nye won 18 games one year. No, that was Bill Hand. Was Nye a left-hander?
I honestly don't remember.
Rich Nye, NYE. Check it out.
Unless that guy wasn't paying attention. That's why he had to spell it for him.
He dreams. He kind of drifts over there.
It's too early in the day for him. He hasn't had enough cups of coffee. Matt Den-Decker takes curveball up and away. Den-Decker 1 for 5 in this series. Anyway, Hendricks shut down a pretty substantial lineup his last time out. He went 7 1/3 scoreless against Milwaukee. So he has been very impressive, and obviously watching him, he's not a hard thrower, but tremendous control. and he has been a success so far. Dendecker pulls one over the bag. Rizzo with a nice stop. That's the one thing Hendricks failed to do. He did not cover, and so Dendecker gets an infield hit after Rizzo took away a double.
No, fair ball, nice play, and why even throw it? He's not there. Eat it. He's got to cover. There's no excuse for that, and he knows it. It's actually quite embarrassing for a pitcher.
So that's how the Mets get their first base runner of the day. Dendecker will take it. Now Juan Lagares, 2 for 11 in this series, and just 3 for his last 23. The Mets offense has been on total brownout over the last few days.
They haven't hit.
4 hits or fewer in 4 consecutive games. It's only the 3rd time in the history of the franchise that that's happened. Last time was in 2004. The other was in 1963 that the Mets had this many games in a row with 4 hits or fewer.
And folks, I know a lot of you young fans aren't around for 63. I played 63 Stratomatic. That is the worst lineup I've ever had to manage in Stratomatic. 63 Mets. They're terrible.
Well, they lose 111 that year.
They were terrible.
I mean, 1962, I think they had a little better lineup. They had Frank Thomas, who was a little good home run hitter. They had Richie Ashburn, who could get on base, but 63 was bad.
They had nothing but a bunch of guys on the interstate. You can't score runs with that team.
Wilmer Flores would be next. So, you know, this edition of the Mets has no interest in being compared to the 1963 edition. So, and Terry Collins can only scratch his head and wonder when this team will start to hit again.
Right.
I mean, the team is hitting .210 in the month of August, which is the lowest in the major leagues. Lagares lifts one to shallow left. Caesar having trouble with the sun and stays with it. So retired.
Had it all the way.
Well, that left side has been the sun side of the field early on. But so far, sunny side up. No score after 2. On your favorite mobile phone or tablet, get live look-ins, instant replays, scores, stats, audio, free MLB.tv game of the day, and more. Download on the App Store or visit Mets.com today. Matt Caesar making his first major league start, made his big league debut yesterday as a pinch runner, and then stayed in and got 1 at bat. Caesar is 25 years old. He grew up in Cape May and went to Villanova, where he was a 2-sport star, baseball and football. wide receiver for Villanova, which is where Eric Young Jr. would have played had he opted for a college football career, but he chose baseball instead. Caesar known for his speed more than any other tool. He had 30 stolen bases for AAA Iowa this year.
Well, you'd think so if he was a football player. Was he a wide receiver?
Well, so was Jeff Samardzija, though, and he's more known for his arm. Caesar hits one out to right center, hit pretty well, but Granderson back to get it. One out. Had our first disappointment of the day, Keith. You know, it's great being with you here, especially for an early day game. And, you know, we're used to certain accoutrements in the booth. Turns out that the Tootsie Pop selection is down to orange. Nothing else left. All the purples are gone. All the red ones are gone. It's just orange.
Incroyable.
Kyle Hendricks 2 for 11 at the plate. Takes a strike. Now, we're really talking about a first world problem here, but we're used to a better selection than that.
We are getting towards the end of the season here. We've got less than 6 weeks. Can you believe that? And you know, when you're the commissary sergeant, you got to keep the troops fed.
So you're saying there might be a replenishment before we get back from the road
There might be a demotion.
Curveball misses inside 2-2. I don't know, because the same guy who is responsible for the Tootsie Pops brought in the black and white cookies and the Philly Fluff yesterday from Walls Bakery.
So good.
Torres strikes out his opposite number. That's 4 strikeouts first time through the batting order for Torres.
Did they play yesterday? They always play New York on Sunday. Bobby Darin's hit. Did they play that on yesterday? I didn't hear it. If they stop playing it, I have to say veto. I don't complain much, but you got to play Bobby Darin in New York on Sundays. You can't skip that one. Maybe I missed it.
But Keith, I sang it during the Open yesterday.
Yes, and you were outstanding.
Well, no Bobby Darin.
No.
I prefer Mac the Knife.
No, I love that New York on Sunday.
Alcantara takes a strike, 1-1. Our director Bill Webb says he prefers Splish Splash.
Splish Splash.
I can only imagine Webby dancing to Splish Splash.
I was taking a bath.
Long about a Saturday night.
Well, you can't. When you're taking a bath, it's not like taking a shower. You can't stumble and fall in the shower.
Alcantara takes a call, 3rd strike. 5 strikeouts in the first 3 innings for Carlos Torres. Filling in admirably for Bartolo Colon. No score in the 3rd. on photos. We need more entries. Maybe somebody will send us an ice bucket challenge Mets photo. Or we can just use our own. Tweet or Instagram your photo using hashtag SNYphoto for a chance to have it shown later tonight during the game. Got a good reaction to your dousing yesterday.
Everybody loved it. Everybody was chiming in on Instagram and Facebook. They all loved it, and they loved the fact that it was for a good cause.
Wilmer Flores leading off in the home third. Flores had started 11 straight games before getting the day off yesterday. Ruben Tejada filled in, had a couple of hits. Flores, then Torres, and then Granderson. And Homer gets out ahead of one and lines it off the facing of the upper deck. That's a foul ball, the likes of which is rarely seen. 24-year-old Kyle Hendricks out of Mission Viejo, California, went across the country to go to school at Dartmouth, and he said he'd always wanted to play in the majors and really wanted to sign out of high school, but he said he just couldn't turn down the idea of an Ivy League education. Was drafted after his junior year at Dartmouth, but went back in the winter and got his degree. Valbuena double clutches, but still throws out Flores one away.
But little we've seen of the Cubs because they're in the other division. I mean, only see him twice a year with Valbuena at third base. Seems like every game I've watched against the Cubs, he's makes all the plays. Got a powerful arm.
Here's Torres, 0 for 3 at the plate this year, 3 for 31 in his major league career. And Hendricks gets it over at the knees, 0-2. Well, you got two pitchers working at a rapid pace so far this afternoon. Hendricks has his second strikeout.
Well, the Cubs go home. The Mets got a skedaddle on an airplane out to the West Coast. One final trip. Fifth trip out there, Gary, this year?
Fifth trip to the West Coast.
Wow, I'll tell you what, that's grinding. You got a no off day. You play a night game tomorrow in Oakland and a day game, 12 noon game the following day, and then they get an off day in Los Angeles. Catch their breath.
Granderson takes a strike. Well, they certainly will have no lack of competition on this West Coast trip. Although you've got an Oakland team that just got swept by the Braves, and you have a Dodger team that just got swept by the Brewers.
Yeah, they might catch them on a down.
1-1 to Granderson. Well, that's what's coming up, and then the Mets play the Braves when they get home.
Oh, and they're going to get Kershaw.
Kershaw Friday night in the opening game of that series.
Well, I'm looking forward to watching that man pitch.
Mets will face the former Cub Jeff Samardzija Wednesday afternoon in Oakland. Granderson yanks one foul.
But Granderson has really been pulling stuff foul. Go ahead, Gare. You want to add to that?
You can go right ahead.
Well,
did you want to add something?
Not particularly.
Okay. Granderson has himself a base hit. So Curtis has snapped an 0 for 17 Schneid yesterday as a 2-out single, and the Mets have their second hit of the day.
Well, as I just said, he's been pulling a lot of balls foul, which he has. Stays back here. But notice that ball's on the outside corner. Curtis is a dead pull hitter.
So a 2-out base runner for Murphy, who struck out his first time up. Murphy 0 for his last 10, 2 for his last 21. He hasn't had too many stretches like that this year. Still leading the National League in base hits with 151. And he gets this one well to center, but Alcantara has plenty of room. And that retires the side. A hit and one left after 3 at Citi Field. Mets and Cubs, no score. Starting tomorrow night, Dylan G against the former Met farmhand Scott Kazmir, who already has a career high 13 wins. He's had a great year. And then Zach Wheeler Wednesday afternoon against the former Cub Jeff Samardzija. Javier Baez leads off the 4th inning for Chicago. And Carlos Torres has given the Mets everything they could have asked for so far. The question is, how far can he go? Comes inside to Baez. Torres has given up just 1 base runner in the first 3 innings, struck out 5. Baez, Rizzo, and Castro second time around for the Cubs. Roll to the right side. Murphy slides over, and he gets Baez one away.
Well, 50 pitches for Torres thus far. Daniel, nicely done, sidling over to his left.
It's a good word, sidle.
I like that word. I do.
It's very evocative.
It's a nice word. I like it.
Well, because you're going to the side, and it has within the word what's actually happening.
The way I feel that Victor Hugo can use it in his novels, I can use it in the broadcast booth.
It's not a complete day until you can drop a Victor Hugo reference into the broadcast. Anthony Rizzo struck out his first time up. And the curveball stays high, 2-0. Rizzo now 0 for 11 in this series. Top 10 in the league in on base percentage, top 10 in the league in slugging percentage, runs, walks. He's just had a terrific year. There's that good cutter by Torres, 2-1.
I see the Dodgers are trying to figure out the rotation in Los Angeles. Correa is throwing today. They just picked him up from the Twins.
They have an off day Thursday.
And they miss Correa.
And Kershaw pitched Saturday, so because they have the off day Thursday, he'll go Friday.
And who pitched last night for the Dodgers? You remember? Maybe they lost, right?
Yeah, they got whipped by the Brewers, 7-2.
Herron, so Herron will be getaway day.
Rizzo was hit by that pitch, I believe.
Little cutter.
Just scraped the uniform pant. And that was enough. Second batter Torres has hit this season.
So if Herron threw yesterday and they have an off day, Herron will be getaway.
He'll go Saturday.
Not getaway day?
No. If he threw yesterday was Sunday, so he'll go Saturday. Normally you go Friday, but Kershaw goes Friday. Out to right center. Lagares deep in the gap. And gets back there to grab it to retire Castro. Rizzo is around second. Lagares' throw back to first. Not quite in time.
What was Rizzo thinking?
He was thinking it was somebody other than Juan Lagares playing center field.
Most guys will make that play. It was a fly ball. You can't be on the other side of second base. I mean, that's a poor read. Oh, but okay, there you go.
He did retouch the bat coming back.
He's a bit of a lumberer, isn't he?
He's a big guy.
Yep.
So 2 out, Rizzo at first, and now Luis Valbuena, who flied out to Lagares his first time up. And Torres gets the first pitch curveball over. Gets to Citi Field Friday, August 29th for Free Shirt Friday. Mets take on the Phillies at 7:10. All fans in attendance get a Mets t-shirt courtesy of Pepsi. For tickets, visit Mets.com/free-shirt-Fridays. Torres' longest outing of the year was 4 2/3. Most pitches he's thrown in an outing was 81 in that same outing. So he's at 58 today. Mets would love to get him through 5. That would be best case scenario.
Anything they can get out of him, if he going 5, and it looks like, I mean, you never know, but it would probably be not even used in Oakland. And then with the off day, you have 3 days, and he'd come back strong for the Dodgers series.
Hit toward the hole and a base hit. Rizzo to second. He'll pull in there. And the Cubs have their second hit. Valbuena with a 2-out single. And now Chicago has 2 men on.
It's just so apparent that speed kills. Rizzo had no chance going first to third, even though there's 2 outs. Boy, you get a base hit in the ground to right field. You want to go first to third. Be able to have your team go to first to third. He's just not a quick a foot. Very heavy footed.
Here's Ruggiano, who flied to left his first time up.
Hit a bomb in yesterday's ball game. The first game of the series, excuse me. Hit that one out in dead central over the city sign next to the Harrah's Resort.
Rizzo at second, Valbuena at first with 2 down. And Ruggiano lifts one foul. Two on and 2 out. Torres has struck out 5. He misses away. 2-2. Wellington Castillo would be next. Two on, 2 out, 2-2 to Ruggiano. Up and in, full count. Just bottles of water on those bullpen mounds.
Runners will be in motion. It's going to be a little slider here.
3-2 coming. Kicked by Torres. And he grabs it but has no play. Well, the kick saved by Torres might have prevented a run. That ball might have been going up the middle.
No, I think it was an out here. It was off the end of the bat, a broken bat. It might have been.
I don't know who was going to get it.
Yep.
In any event, it's an infield hit off Torres's foot. I mean, that was a deliberate kick. And he did a nice job running it down, but by the time he got it, Burgiano was across the bag. So Dan Warthen out to visit the mound before Torres faces Castillo with the bases loaded. So a hit batsman and 2 walks filling the bases. There you see the length to which Torres has gone this year. 9 starts last year, but this is first start of this year. If you're just joining us, Bartolo Colon had to go home to the Dominican. His mom is seriously ill, so he had to be scratched today at the last moment. Buddy Carlisle, first man up in the Mets bullpen as Castillo bats. Bases loaded, 2 out. And he takes a little high, ball 1. Now on Rizzo's reaching of first base, it's being reported by MLB.com that he walked. But I think we distinctly saw him get hit by the pitch. Not that it matters in the end, but than on the stat sheet. But that ball certainly did appear to hit the pant leg of his uniform, which would make it a hit batsman. I'll have to go back and check later. Anyway, he's at third, Valbuena at second, and Ruggiano at first with 2 out. One and 1 to Castillo, and the cutter in for a strike. 1-2.
Here's the pitch to Rizzo. Well, you know what?
Maybe it did.
Maybe it didn't. Ball 4.
Either way. One-two coming to Castillo. Just out of piece on the curveball from Torres. Again, the 1-2. Struck him out. Torres works out of a jam. His 6th strikeout in 4 innings. The emergency starter is doing just fine. No score in the 4th. SNY is powered by Verizon. Create, share, and save every Mets moment all season long with the latest devices and accessories from Verizon, America's largest and most reliable network. Well, Carlos Torres getting debriefed by Dan Worth, and don't know if he's done or if he's going to get another inning. But he has been terrific so far. 4 scoreless innings on just a few hours' notice after pitching yesterday. David Wright takes a curveball outside from Kyle Hendricks as we start the home 4th. David swung at the first pitch he saw and hit a drive to center that was caught his first time up. Terry Collins had no idea when he got to the ballpark whether his captain would be able to play today. But David took swings in the cage, pronounced himself good to go, and Terry didn't hesitate to put him back in after 1 day off. And another one to center. This one a lazy fly ball for Alcantara. 1 out. It's all about pain tolerance with David. The MRI that he had before the All-Star break didn't show structural damage. It's just a matter of managing whatever discomfort he has. And you know, he's been so cagey about whether the shoulder's been bothering him. The one thing he did say, when he got hit by a pitch night before last, that it hit him in the same spot that had been troubling him. Lucas Duda takes a strike. The question is, you know, in what has clearly been his most difficult season offensively, how much has that been a factor? And none of us has any way of knowing. Duda hit one up the middle. Valbuena overlapped onto the right side of the infield, made a terrific play and threw him out on a good stretch by Rizzo in the second.
Lucas kind of mad at himself there, swinging for the upstairs, drop the back shoulder, watch the bat the same angle of the shoulders. You're under the ball above your waist.
Duda hits it well to right center. Back goes Ruggiano to the track at the wall. It's out of here. Lucas Duda breaks the ice with his 22nd home run of the year. So the Mets strike first on Duda's big bat. Drysdale. Now Travis d'Arnaud takes a strike.
Fastball that didn't sink, stayed straight. They wanted it inside, right down the pipe. See the catcher make the adjustment, and the pitcher paid on that mistake. Wrong guy to make a mistake.
Darnell pops one up, and Castillo has room and stays with it. Took the great circle route there, but there are 2 out.
Well, a tough Sunday for the catcher. Look at him use his glove to shade his eyes. Nicely done. Elementary, dear Watson.
Maybe not quite as elementary. So 2 out. Here's Dendecker. So how's this for symmetry? Lucas Duda's last home run came against Kyle Kendrick. His home run today came against Kyle Hendricks.
Lucas always chewing that gum. He's wearing that gum out. The gum's in there screaming.
Only the 3rd home run Hendricks has allowed in 7 big league starts. Well, Duda creeping up the list. 5th in the National League in home runs.
Top 5.
What he needs are a couple of other bats around him that are at least viable threats.
A little protection goes a long way.
And there's ball 4. Dendecker's on with a 2-out walk. First walk given up by Hendricks, who's been averaging less than 2 walks per 9 innings. Awfully good for a rookie. So the Mets having a little more success second time around the batting order against Hendricks. And now Juan Lagares. Let's see whether Dendecker might be able to steal a base here. It's a part of his game that certainly should play. Dendecker's got very good speed. Castillo's going to run that ball back out to Hendricks, who all of a sudden has lost the strike zone. Missed with 5 in a row. Now Hendricks making just his 7th major league start. 8th round pick from the Texas Rangers in 2011. Traded the next season for Ryan Dempster in a deadline deal. Last year's Cubs minor league pitcher of the year. And after 17 starts in AAA this year and 10 wins, made his big league debut just 6 weeks ago.
Nice sinker and down and in. Hendricks, his last 2 seasons were in AA and AAA, Gary. He had a combined record in 34 starts of 23-9. That's unheard of. That's 32 decisions in 34 starts.
Is that all 1 year?
No, 2 years.
Dendecker runs. Castillo's throw not in time. Dendecker just got the hand in ahead of the tag by Baez. 3rd stolen base for Dendecker.
Well, this is what Dendecker brings, and something the Mets could use. Push the envelope, force it. If you're not hitting a long ball, oh, it's close, but he hadn't.
It's a good throw by Castillo. Rick Renteria's come out on the field.
Look at his back. They're going to go check it.
And he is challenging.
Isn't this wonderful? Oh, I believe he might have been out.
Did he get that finger in before that tag? It's awfully close. The tag came down the arm. The question is whether he got that finger extended to the bag. The question is, of course, even if he was out, is there clear and convincing evidence that he was? This play under review brought to you by Mazda. Conviction, creativity, courage. This is the Mazda way. And this is the way of baseball in 2014.
Yes.
Let's wait.
And yes, let's prolong.
See the finger extended right near the Mets logo there on the base. Is that in contact before the tag hits the arm? I don't know.
They're coming back and they called him out.
So the call is overturned. It is a caught stealing, 2-4, and the inning comes to an end. But an inning that saw the Mets take the lead. Lucas Duda with his 22nd home run of the year. That's the first scoring of the day. 1-0 New York as we go to the 5th. the mound for the 5th inning. Matt Caesar leads off for the Cubs. Let's check in with Steve Gelb. Steve?
Well, it was pretty cool stuff with Matt Caesar yesterday, the Jersey boy making his MLB debut in front of friends and family here in New York. But you know what they say, good things happen to good people. And there's no doubt about it, Matt Caesar is a good person, maybe a great person. You guys were talking about the fact that he was a two-sport athlete, a two-sport star at Villanova, played both football and baseball. And here grounds out to shortstop. Made it a little bit close, though, but he was a two-sport star, and if you're going to play football at Villanova, one of the requirements by Coach Andy Talley is that your freshman year you get swabbed and you register for the National Bone Marrow Donor Program. It's a cause that's close to Coach's heart. Now, the odds are really, really slim that you're going to match up with anybody. Caesar was telling me today about 1 in 80,000, but sure enough, junior year, he was matched up with someone, a little girl from Ukraine, who was suffering from juvenile leukemia. Now, the other thing you need to keep in mind in terms of if you are a match, in terms of donating the bone marrow, you need to take some medicine. It ups your white blood cells, but it also enlarges your spleen. It's pretty much the same as having mono, so you can't play any sports for about a month. Didn't matter for Matt Caesar. He didn't play baseball for a month his junior season. He said there are some things that are more important in life than sports. He actually saved this little girl's life, and talk about good karma. His first at-bat back that season, he hit a home run.
That's pretty heartwarming stuff right there. And good for Matt, and good for the entire Villanova program to allow that to happen. That's just great stuff. So Torres has retired the first 2. He needs one more out to qualify for a victory. 75 pitches, 6 shy of his season high. Alcantara struck out looking twice today, and Torres sails one off the backstop. So the Mets are keeping their bullpen ready. Josh Edgin is up now, with an eye toward Rizzo, who's 2 batters away. Torres hoping this inning doesn't get that far. And Alcantara takes below the knees, 2-0. And now 3-0. They've officially ruled Rizzo's at bat as a walk in the 4th inning. So Torres has walked 1 today, struck out 6. And there's a strike, 3-1. Alcantara, just 22 years old, lifts one foul off the left side. And Wayne watches it go out of play. 3-2. So many young players in this Cubs lineup. Alcantara's 22, Baez is 21, Castro's veteran, he's only 24, Rizzo 25, and on and on. They haven't even brought up all of the young stars they have ready to rock. 3-2 coming, and Alcantara fouls another one off. Number 24. Doesn't look anything like Luis Valbuena, does it?
No, I hope not.
And Alcantara's on with a 2-out walk. Second walk given up by Torres. And let's see, here comes Dan Worthen up the dugout steps. So it looks like Torres will get one more batter. So this is basically his only chance to be a winning pitcher today, as if he can get Javier Baez out. If he doesn't, we'll see Edgin come in to face Anthony Rizzo. Well, no matter how this goes for Carlos Torres, it has been quite an effort today. On just a few hours notice, filling in as a starter after working in relief yesterday. He's gotten 6 fly ball outs, 6 strikeouts. He'll face Baez, who has struck out and grounded out 0 for 2. Baez 2 for 12 in this series. Drew a couple of walks yesterday, the first 2 of his major league career. Alcantara has speed, 5 stolen bases, so Torres has to be wary of that. And Baez lays off the curve in the dirt. Javier Baez, born in Puerto Rico, moved to this country at age 12. Went to high school in Florida, first round pick by the Cubs just 3 years ago. And in his first major league game, Javier Baez had a go ahead home run in the 12th inning in Colorado. First time a rookie had ever done that in extra innings in his big league debut. And Torres determined to keep Alcantara close. Now a career high pitch count for Carlos, a season high pitch count. 85 pitches now, and maybe running out of gas just a little bit here in the 5th inning.
Needs the second out, and Guerin's been flashing signs down there. There we go.
That's about the running game, not about pitches. In the hole, took Flores on the backhand, and a close play. He got him. Wilmer Flores deep in the hole, throws out Baez, and we'll see if Renteria challenges this one. He won his first challenge, which gave him a second. Very close play.
Now, what is the rule? It's got to be in the glove, and the back of the glove, and the glove secure. That glove was open like a pancake.
It doesn't have to be secure. It just has to be in the back of the glove.
Okay.
The glove doesn't have to be closed.
That's a tough one to overturn.
To hit the back of the glove before the foot hits the bag.
That was awful close, almost like a tie base.
And they're going to challenge again. So the Cubs won their first challenge. We'll see if they win their second.
Oh, it's so tough.
There.
It's a tough one.
You might be safe.
Yep.
It's close. But that was quite a play by Flores. I didn't think he had any chance to get him.
Looks like an out there.
Is the ball in the back of the glove, and they have confirmed out. That is a very quick ruling.
They've been quick today in New York.
So it does go as a 6-3 putout. An outstanding play by Flores to get Torres through 5 with the lead. Call under review was brought to you by Mazda. Conviction, creativity, courage, the Mazda way.
So
as Juan Lagares leads off in the 6th inning and takes a strike. Lagares was at the plate when Matt Dendecker was called out stealing on review to end the 4th. And he lays down a bunt. Hendricks off the mound. And Lagares thrown out for the first out of the bottom of the 5th.
But, you know, far more important, we had a terrific play by Flores. And it's, you know, you had to challenge. And it takes away from the emphasis on the great play that there's Evelyn up in the bullpen that Flores made in the hole with a strong throw off balance.
Flores grounded out to third base his first time up. Well, that's the second terrific play in the hole that he's made in this series. He made that diving stop the other night.
I mean, we got to focus on the appeal, but don't when you lose sight of the fact that Flores made a heck of a play here. And also makes Carlos Torres the pitcher of record.
When he got to that ball, I didn't think there was any way he was going to throw out Baez.
Neither did I.
Now, Baez also doesn't run as well as I thought he did. I mean, for a guy who's, you know, been a middle infielder throughout his career, he's got a lot of power, but clearly does not have the kind of speed that, say, Starlin Castro does. But that doesn't take anything away from Flores, who, you know, he's trying to prove himself at shortstop. Right. There are obviously certain things he's not going to be able to do, like, you know, a Gold Glove type shortstop. But as long as he can make enough plays and make the routine plays, if his bat plays, well, then you might have something there.
Well, he needs to work a little bit on his footwork. Flores around the bag on double plays and on lateral movement when he goes left to right.
But the arm strength appears to be there.
Good enough. Good enough, Gare.
John Neese is going to be used as a pinch hitter with 2 out and nobody on. So rather than waste a regular player as a pinch hitter this early in the game, Neese will get the turn at bat.
I bet you John didn't figure on this today when he came to the ballpark. Mr. Torres.
There's the line on Torres, and you could not have asked for more on
well
just
done.
a few hours notice.
Job well done.
Not often the guy who's 2 for 39 gets the pinch hit.
Probably would have been DeGrom if he was active.
Well, it's only the second time in Mets history that a pitcher pitching on 0 days rest has gone at least 5 innings in the start. Kevin Coble in 1979. It was a different circumstance, though. The Mets had a suspended game with the Astros, and Coble finished the suspended game and then started the regular game, and he went 7 in the regular game. But in a situation like this, where a guy pitched in relief one day and then started the next day, this is the furthest that any Met has ever gone. Dan Wheeler, we talked about in 04, he went 4 innings in his start. Craig Anderson in 1962 did not retire a batter in his start after coming back from a relief outing. Neese grounds out to end the inning. So Carlos Torres' 1-0 lead gets handed off to the Mets bullpen as we go to the 6th. Bobby Ojeda during the third inning of the game. Just go to SNY.TV, click on the link, and join the conversation. It's Chat Live with Bob Ojeda, powered by Verizon, only on SNY.TV. Your Jeep sixth inning recap. The Mets could not have asked for more from Carlos Torres as the emergency started today. 5 terrific innings. A Lucas Duda home run accounting for the game's only run, and Dana Eveland now in relief in the sixth to face Anthony Rizzo. 6 days since Eveland took the mound.
And you can see tough on lefties and righties. Big sweeping slider. See, doesn't walk people, only 5 walks. 2 lefties in this inning are going to come to play. Probably 1 inning out of Eveland.
Rizzo, Castro, and Valbuena left, right, left for the Cubs here in the 6th. Now, Torres was outstanding, but as Rizzo punches one down the right field line, he has his first hit of the series. And he'll head into second base with a leadoff double. Didn't hit the ball hard, but found the grass in right field for his 20th double of the year.
Got jammed, broke his bat. Good pitch, good hitting. Not in quite enough, and that was the difference. And those guys get paid to hit. Pitchers get paid to pitch. Sometimes you got to tip your hat. Wasn't that bad a pitch.
Rizzo had been 0 for 11 in the series. And now the Cubs have the tying run at second with nobody out for Starlin Castro. Castro has singled to left, fly to center, 1 for 2. And the backdoor slider in for a strike, 0-1. I was going to say about Torres, the biggest out he got was in the 4th. Bases loaded, 2 out. And he struck out Wellington Castro to keep the Cubs off the board. That was the only real threat he faced during his 5 innings. Now Eveland faces an immediate threat.
You're at the point of the game now as a hitter. You're down a run. It's the 6th inning. You want to look for something to hit to the opposite field. And drive it to the opposite field. You want to drive the run in, minimum advance them. Advance the lead runner.
Coors Light cold hard facts. Starlin Castro up among the top 5 in the league in hits. Daniel Murphy still out in front. Well, Castro's been doing that throughout his career. 5 hits in this series. 833 for his career, and he's not yet 25 years old. Castro today playing his 725th game at shortstop. Only 1 shortstop in Major League history has played more games in that position before his 25th birthday. And that was Robin Yount, who came up as an 18-year-old.
Yes.
Castro passing by Alex Rodriguez. Just for reference, Jose Reyes played 610 games before he turned 25. And even really struggling now with that slider. And he goes to a full count on Castro. Reyes might have played more games at short before he turned 25, but A, he got hurt, and B, they moved him to second base when Kaz Matsui came up.
That was a egregious error.
Yes, it was. 3-2 coming, and the backdoor slider, and he went around. Boy, Eveland got a little lucky there. A pitch he's not been able to control, and Castro went after it.
And not a strike. Not a strike. Outside.
So that's the first out of the inning.
No intention of getting the runner over Castro. Absolutely none whatsoever.
Now it's Valbuena, who had a base hit through the hole into right his last time up. Valbuena 1 for 2 on the day. Rick Renteria sat Valbuena the first 2 games of this series. He'd been slumping so badly.
Got a base hit the other night.
It was yesterday to drive in the first Cubs run and a base hit today. So perhaps the 2 days off have paid off for Valbuena, who's played most of the third base this year for the Cubs. The breaking ball inside, 2-0. So despite getting that strikeout, Evelyn's still struggling with his #1 pitch. Behind Valbuena, 2-0. And he gets a strike.
Boy, it's a pretty gutty pitch right here. Slider and right to the glove. Borderline knees. Got the strike.
Adrian Johnson, the home plate umpire. Rizzo at second and 1 out. Yeah, Valbuena hooks one into right for a base hit. Rizzo had to hold up, but he's going to be waved home anyway. Here comes Granderson's throw to the plate. It comes through, not in time, and the Cubs tie the game. Aggressive base coaching at third by Gary Jones. Granderson doesn't have a strong arm. Jones took advantage, and Rizzo comes in with the tying run.
Hang-in slider to Valbuena, and that's going to be all for Eveland. Not a strong throw home, and took like an ice age for Rizzo to get around third base and score. Boy, just serious truck horse.
So after Carlos Torres went 5 scoreless innings, Eveland unable to keep the lead. Now handed off to Buddy Carlisle. The call to the bullpen brought to you by Verizon. Mercedes-Benz Tri-State dealers. Visit them on the web at searchmercedes.com. Buddy Carlisle comes in to face Justin Urgiano with a run home for the Cubs. They've tied the game here in the 6th. Urgiano had an infield hit off the foot of Carlos Torres in the 4th inning. That loaded up the bases, and Torres got out of it. Carlisle has been red hot.
He's been pitching well. He doesn't walk anybody. 3 walks, 16 1/3. I like him. He throws strikes, not afraid to throw his fastball. He comes after hitters.
11 1/3 consecutive scoreless innings coming into the day, and he throws the fastball by Urgiano 0-2. Carlisle has only inherited 1 runner. He's been coming in at starts of innings. So this is only the 2nd base runner he's inherited this year. He's no Vic Black.
Vic Black has been incredible.
He's been the guy to come in and leave people on base. 0-2, and Ruggiano takes just off the plate, 1-2. So Danny Evelyn faced 3 batters, gave up 2 hits and a run, and responsible for Valbuena at first.
Well, when you're more in the middle innings of a ball game as a reliever, you're going to have less inherited runners. You're going to be coming in the middle of a ball game with team. You're pinch hitting for a pitcher. You're behind by a couple runs, or a tie ball game. So you're more apt to start an inning fresh in the middle. You get in the 7th, 8th, and in 7th and 8th inning, you might have to bail someone out of trouble. And Vic Black has been doing that pretty consistently.
Carlisle came in on Saturday night and got the final 3 outs for the Mets in a 7-3 victory. Not used to pitching that 9th inning with the game still in the balance, but he did a fine job.
Boy, I'll say.
Give the Mets a chance to save Mejia for another day. Struck him out. Comes upstairs to get Ruggiano for the 2nd out.
Well, just blew fastballs by him upstairs. And Ruggiano has problems with that pitch up above the letters at letter high.
So Carlisle fans the first man to face him. Now he'll take on Wellington Castillo, who struck out with the bases loaded to end the 4th after Castillo popped up his first time up. Castillo 3 for 8 in this series. Castillo sat yesterday. John Baker got the start behind the plate. That's Wellington with 1 L. Castillo with 2 L's. Carlisle comes awfully close to not stopping in the stretch, doesn't he?
He does, and he just pumping hard fastball. He's got a straight fastball. He throws hard. He's just coming right after these guys.
So you got to come to a distinct stop.
Oh, he's close. You're right.
To right field. In comes Granderson. Side retired. Good work by Buddy Carlisle after the Cubs tie the game against Danny Evelyn. Top of the batting order coming up in the bottom of the 6th. It'll 1. What might be our Verizon trivia question for today? And here's the question. The 3 Mets to wear number 14.
Well, we know one.
Well, one's on the wall.
Right.
And that's the reason that only 3 Mets have worn number 14.
Including him.
Who were the other 2?
Okay. Well, that's going back then to, when did they retire Gale's number? 71?
Well, he passed away in 72.
That's right. So
it would have been sometime shortly after that. Curtis Granderson leads off in the 6th inning. Curtis has one of the Mets' 3 hits today, a single to center in the 3rd against Kyle Hendricks, who's now back even after the Cubs tied the game in the top of the inning.
He took over managing Gil Hodges, the Mets, in what, 68?
Yeah, they got him in a trade from
Washington.
the Senators.
Right.
For Bill Dennehy, pitcher. Popped up into shallow center. Alcantara got a late start, but gets there to make the grab. 1 away. Well, tomorrow night the Mets will return the visit after Oakland came to Citi Field for 2 games in June. Mets and A's split those 2. The A's have been riding high in the American League West, but now they've lost 5 games in a row, and they are in must-win territory as they welcome in the Mets for 2 games starting tomorrow night at the O.co Coliseum. And for more on the upcoming series with the A's, let's check in with Steve Gelbs.
Yeah, Gary, it's either the best of times to be facing the A's or the worst of times, because they're either going to continue this slump or they're going to break out in a big way. The 5 straight losses, as you mentioned, it's the most consecutive losses by this A's team since May of 2013 as Daniel Murphy grounds out, so 2 outs in the inning. This is a team that is really in a bad way right now. They're not hitting at all. They've scored 3 runs or fewer in 14 of their last 18 games, and they're just 7-10 since the big deadline acquisition of John Lester for Yoenis Cespedes. And what it's done is it's really dropped this team from a perch of the best team in baseball to all of a sudden they don't have the best record in baseball for the first time since June 18th. And if the Angels win in Boston today, it'll be the first time since April 24th that this team hasn't been at least tied for first place in the AL West. So it's going to be interesting to see which type of A's team the Mets get after their first off day. The A's are off today, first time in 17 straight. Gareth?
Of course, the A's are not in first place now. They're not tied. They're percentage points behind. It's a virtual tie, but I guess that's semantics.
They're 1 percentage point behind the Angels.
Well, they're also missing their shortstop right now. Jed Lowry broke his finger, and that hurts them. Got Eric Sogard filling at shortstop. Rizzo shading his eyes, but stays with it to retire David Wright. So it's a very easy inning for Hendricks. He threw just 8 pitches after the Cubs tied up the game. 1-1 as we go to the 7th. Game coverage of today's Mets-Cubs game, plus all the latest developments from Jets and Giants camp on Daily News Live, presented by Citi, today at 5, only on SNY. There's your Mets' upcoming schedule, brought to you by Heineken. 2 in Oakland, 3 in LA. Then the Mets come home a week from tomorrow to take on the Braves and the Phillies on their next homestand, and that'll get us to the end of August. First pitch swinging. Matt Caesar flies one out to Lagares, battling the sun all the way. It's been a difficult day for just about everybody on balls hit in the air on this sunny Monday afternoon.
Battling the sun all the way and had it all the way.
Yep. Well, nobody's dropped one yet. They all have done it the right way, using their glove as a shield in concert with the sunglasses. Kyle Hendricks gets his third at bat, struck out and flied out. So the rookie right-hander has had another fine outing. Hendricks with 5 straight starts of 6 or more innings, 2 runs or less, and he's already in that territory today. He's done it with pitching know-how and guile and not a whole lot of power. And again, the Mets find themselves with only 3 hits. Mets have had 4 straight games of 4 hits or fewer. They've had 6 straight games of 1 extra base hit or fewer. And again, 3 hits today, 1 extra base hit.
Boy, oh boy, Carlisle, there's no surprises with him. He just here. I'm bringing the gas. Hit it. Try to hit it.
Carlisle's faced 3, retired 3. Make it 4 as he gets Hendricks looking for his second strikeout.
Beautiful pitch right here, knee high outside corner. Can't put it in a better place.
Buddy's been doing this for a long time, 36 years old, but he's rarely pitched as well at the major league level as he has since joining the Mets. His first big league experience since 2011, when he had a brief stint with the Yankees. And you know, for a guy like this, it could be his his last chance, and he has made the most of it. Has been a terrific addition to this staff. Alcantara takes ball 1. Big league time with the Padres, the Dodgers, the Braves. Most extensive work with Atlanta before pitching on both sides of town here. 2-0 now to Alcantara, who has struck out twice and walked. Javier Baez would be next. And Alcantara pops one up. Granderson flips the glasses down. Side retired. 5 up and 5 down for Buddy Carlisle. 7th inning stretch time at Citi Field, tied at 1. Kansas City Field, Saturday, August 30th, when the Mets take on the Phillies at 7:10 p.m. The first 20,000 fans will receive a Curtis Granderson bobblehead, courtesy of Golds. For tickets, visit Mets.com/tickets. Well, Lucas Duda is responsible for the Met run today with his 22nd home run of the year. He leads off the home 7th and takes a strike from Kyle Hendricks. Hendricks' 80th pitch. He has been terrific. Gave up the home run to Duda. He's walked 1, struck out only 2, and used his fielders behind him. Duda, d'Arnaud, and Dendecker, the big D and the 2 little Ds for the Mets in the home 7th.
And Hendricks is going to be very careful and make sure he doesn't make a mistake to Lucas like he did last time.
Leaves it away, 2-1. The home run was only the 3rd Hendricks has allowed in 7 big league starts. He has been very impressive, but the Mets offense continues to be in the freezer. Oh, speed pitch misses, 3-1.
4 pitches, 3 changeups.
(3-1) to Duda, and he walked him, and the Mets have the leadoff man on in the bottom of the 7th. And that's the first time all day Hendricks has allowed the leadoff man to reach, but you'd have to call that tactical on his part.
Yeah.
Against Duda, who right now is the one guy in the lineup who scares you.
Yeah, you don't want to walk the leadoff hitter, though. He fell behind.
Justin Grimm, the right-hander. Wesley Wright, the left-hander, in the Cubs bullpen as Chris Bosio, the pitching coach, makes his way slowly out for a conversation. Let's answer the Verizon trivia question. The only 2 Mets beside Gil Hodges to wear 14. I got them both. Ron Swoboda, Ken Boyer. Swoboda wore 14 for a while. He was mostly number 4, but wore 14 for a short period of time. They retired Gil's number, by the way, the year after his death, 1973, during the Old Timers Day at Shea.
Ken Boyer, of course, wore number 14 with the Cardinals his whole career.
Came to the Mets at the end of his career.
Ken Boyer, 1964 National League Most Valuable Player, Gold Glove third baseman, came over to the Mets.
67, I think he was with the Mets.
Yeah, he was at the end of his career, the end of the line for him. Played for Kenny in the big leagues in AAA. Died of lung cancer. Gosh, what a great guy.
Travis d'Arnaud checks the swing, takes a strike.
Miss Kenny to this day. He's a great friend.
d'Arnaud is 0 for 2. He's grounded out and fouled out to the catcher. Go ahead run at first and nobody out. And it's pulled, just foul. 0-2. To d'Arnaud. Matt Dendecker waiting on deck. He's already reached base twice today. (24-year-old) Kyle Hendricks has won 4 of his first 5 big league decisions. Breaking ball hit out to right. Ruggiano battling the sun. And that's the first out of the inning.
That was a hanging breaking ball up. And Dendecker comes up now. 1 for 1 with a walk.
Dendecker hit a ground ball over the first base bag in the 2nd inning. Rizzo made a terrific play to stop it, but Hendricks failed to cover first, and Dendecker was able to reach on that infield hit. Then he walked in the 4th. Tried to steal 2nd, was ruled safe, but the Cubs challenged, and they got the call overturned. 1 out and 1 on, and Dendecker fouls back the fastball. This is Den Decker's 8th start since coming back from Las Vegas. 7 hits and 24 at bats.
Finally got it over 200. He's hitting 203 coming to this at bat.
That includes his earlier stint with the Mets. Much like d'Arnaud, he's had to fight off those early numbers that put him in such a big hole.
He's got to get on top of that pitch above the belt. Swinging right under it. With that back drop in the back shoulder.
Oh-2 from Hendricks. Struck him out with a changeup. Only the 3rd strikeout of the day for Kyle Hendricks. Now after the leadoff walk, he's retired 2 in a row.
Well, he got ahead and see if the fish are biting. He's a very accomplished pitcher for such a young age.
Well, it's almost a cliche, right? You get an Ivy League pitcher, you expect to find a guy with some pitching smarts.
Really, you think? What about Cal Berkeley? That's Harvard West, isn't it? Stanford? They got hard throwers there. I don't understand what you're saying.
But those guys are smart too.
I mean, Tom Seaver came out of SC. He threw bullets.
He did. But you look at a guy like a Chris Young, who can get away with throwing his fastball 82 miles an hour.
I always love the pitchers that don't throw hard and know what they're doing out there. I love to watch them work, move the ball in and out, a little here, a little off there. I love to watch them. It's really an art.
Toward the middle, Castro with the diving stop and gets the force play to end the inning. Now Castro continues to impress with his defense. That gets Hendricks through the 7th inning. On to the 8th we go, tied at 1. Interviews and player profiles, plus a complete breakdown of all the latest developments straight from camp on the jetsblog.com and bigblueblitz.com, all part of the SNY.TV blog network. Your AT&T fan photo for today. Popcorn, big smile, nice day at the ballpark. Beautiful. Javier Baez leads off in the 8th inning against Buddy Carlisle, who's faced 5 batters and retired them all. Mets have had to patch it together with their pitching today. Carlos Torres getting the emergency start when Bartolo Colon had to fly home to the Dominican Republic to be with his ailing mom. Torres went 5 scoreless innings. Danny Eveland got touched for a run in the 6th, but Carlisle came in and bailed him out. And now beginning his third inning of relief. Anthony Rizzo on deck, Starlin Castro behind him. That's up Josh Edgin up in the bullpen with an eye toward Rizzo. Big cut by Baez. We've seen a lot of that. 1-2.
Well, what you see from Baez is that big swing, and everybody thinks, okay, he fishes for bad sliders. But look at the long swing. You can beat him. You can beat him inside. It's a long, long swing. If you got any mustard on your fastball, you can beat him there. You got to pitch him up, not down.
Well, Baez put it together incredible minor league numbers. 23 home runs this year in the minor leagues, then hit 3 in his first 3 games in the major leagues. But pitchers already have made adjustments to him, and it'll be interesting to see how he fares and how quickly he's able to adjust back. 1-2. A little bit high with the fastball. He laid off that one. 2-2.
You could throw a slider right now out of the strike zone or in the dirt. He's thrown him 4 straight. Well, fled him off with a slider, then 3 straight fastballs. I would not throw anything in the strike zone here on this pitch. Let's see what he puts down. Oh, another fastball. Okay.
Wouldn't bite for that one. 3-2. Staying with number 1. Tied him up. He went around strike 3.
Oh, boy.
Another home plate umpire punching out a hitter without asking for help. Carlisle will take it. It's 3rd strikeout.
Let's see. I don't think he swung, Gare. Oh, well.
Well, the parameters have changed for what counts as a swing. There's no question about that.
They've added that to speed up the game. Then they add the challenges, which infinitely slow up the game. So they cancel each other out, I guess.
So 6 up and 6 down for Carlisle. 1 out in the inning. Now Rizzo, who had his first hit in the series his last time up, a double to right field, and came in to score the only Chicago run. Rizzo 1 for 12 in the 4 games. Starlin Castro on deck. Well, the Mets using up a lot of the middle and long guys in their bullpen today, but they'll get an extra body to Oakland tomorrow. Mets will in all probability place Bartolo Colon on the bereavement list. Rizzo drives one to deep right. Granderson back near the wall, and it's out of here. Anthony Rizzo unties it for the Cubs with his 28th home run of the year. And Chicago goes in front on a late home run again. Castro yesterday, Rizzo today. 2-1 Chicago.
Well, Rizzo came into this game without a hitless in his first 3 games. Started out with a strikeout. Has ended with a bang, a double, and now this home run. Fastball up, out over the outer half, and he crushed it.
Now, Buddy Carlisle had not allowed a run in 13 consecutive innings. He had not allowed a home run in the major leagues this year, but Rizzo takes him deep to put the Cubs in front.
No doubt.
So the slugging first baseman for each team has gone deep today. Duda for the Mets, his 22nd. Rizzo for the Cubs, his 28th. Castro's 1 for 3 today.
Well, that's on the fat of the bat. And surprisingly, look at the label is facing the pitcher. You want to have the label either up or down. You don't want to go cross grain. Interesting. Didn't seem to affect the ball's flight in that at bat.
And that's too high, ball 4. Castro's on with the walk. And Dan Warthen will visit the mound before Carlisle pitches to Valbuena. Let's check in with the studio. Kareth Burke is standing by for another game break, brought to you by the New York State Smokers Quit Line. Kadire's first game off the disabled list and the first cycle in the major leagues this year. That's returning with a bang.
I would think so.
Big Black up in the Mets bullpen. Anthony Rizzo is untied this game with a home run off Buddy Carlisle, who will get one more batter at least. Luis Valbuena is 2 for 3 today, singled in the first Chicago run in the 6th. Well, yesterday the Cubs got their first run on a Valbuena hit, and then they got a home run late from Castro to win 2-1. Today an RBI hit from Valbuena to tie the game, and a late home run from Rizzo to go in front 2-1.
Guys are having
Giano on deck.
Fans are having fun down there. You got the ball bounce in their section.
Buddy Carlisle, 35 pitches. He's thrown as many as 40 in an outing this year. But as with Torres getting the spot start, Carlisle having to stretch a little bit today. I was about to say before Rizzo's ball left the ballpark, the Mets will place Bartolo Colon on the bereavement list tomorrow, which will enable them to replace him. So at least they'll have an extra body in their bullpen tomorrow. That's lined to center field, and Valbuena's got his 3rd hit of the day. Castro pulls it at second. New York Mets baseball on SNY is brought to you by State Farm. Today's State Farm agent of the game is Gil Walton of the Bronx. Contact Gil's office at gilwalton.net. Find your little hot sauce, the flavorful hot sauce with the iconic wooden cap. Introduces the new green pepper sauce flavor. Pick up the perfect punch of jalapeno and poblano today. And by your Tri-State Cadillac dealer, visit CadillacTristate.com to search local offers and to find a local dealer near you. Mets will make a double switch. Kirk Neuenhuis is going to come into play left field, and Vic Black will come out of the bullpen. Pitching change brought to you by Wise. We'll be right back to Citi Field. Field and bat ninth. And the new pitcher, Vic Black, will inherit 2 runners. He's stranded the last 19 runners he's inherited.
Well, this has been the guy Terry goes to late in the ball game when it's close and there's men on base. He's the guy that he did a terrific job his last time out.
Gil Ramirez up in the bullpen for the Cubs, getting ready to pitch the bottom of the 8th, perhaps. Justin Ruggiano 1 for 3, 2 on and 1 out, and he takes below the knees for ball 1. Ruggiano had an infield hit off the pitcher's foot in the 4th inning against Carlos Torres. So Buddy Carlisle retired 6 in a row, but then gave up the home run to Rizzo, a walk to Castro, a base hit to Valbuena. And Black will try and keep this game right where it is. Blows one by Ruggiano, 1-1.
Ruggiano does not like that pitch upstairs. He's a big uppercutter. He can't catch up to it, and he can't hit it. Blind.
And Black blows it by him again.
Also, right by him.
Curveball just off the plate, 2-2. Wellington Castillo, the number 7 hitter, is on deck.
Go right back upstairs with the gas. After you show him that curveball, let him think about that curve and then pop him up and in.
Struck him out. I'm coming back someday, come what may, to Blue Bayou.
As a ABC, what was that song? 1, 2, 3. Simple as ABC. 1, 2, 3. Whatever it was, a Jackson 5 song.
Exactly right.
Drop that hook on him and let him think about that. Then here comes some 95-mile-an-hour cheddar upstairs.
Here I was trying to push you toward Linda Ronstadt, and you come back with the Jackson 5.
Well, we got to keep it,
2 out and 2 on. Here's Castillo, who's popped up, struck out, and flied out.
She was the original singer of the Stone Ponies. They cut that one beautiful song, the Stone Ponies. She was a youngster then. Always the terrific voice.
No longer. It's a sad story. She can no longer sing.
That's too bad, because she had a beautiful voice. So beautiful a voice, folks, that the conductor, famous conductor for Frank Sinatra, Nelson Riddle, cut a double album with her singing all the old crooner songs, and it's just with a full orchestra behind her. It is a spectacular double album. Actually CD now.
Are you
We'll just keep the fans informed.
Can I read your column next month in Rolling Stone magazine?
Gotta keep the fans. We gotta have a little variety here. This game has just been so exciting.
1-1 to Castillo. Oh, and he has to vacate. Yeah, that'll scare you. Vic Black coming toward your noggin at 93.
Nothing wrong with that.
And that goes off the glove of d'Arnaud to the backstop. And now 2 are in scoring position.
Well, that's going to be a wild pitch. d'Arnaud set up right down the middle, just late getting there.
They're going to call that a pass ball.
Oh, really?
And it's been a problem for d'Arnaud. If you add up the wild pitches and passed balls, he has had a very difficult time keeping the ball in front of him. So now 2 in scoring position for Castillo. 3-1 the count. And he walked him when the bases are loaded.
Where was that pitch? That is borderline knees. Might have been a tad down. Tough one to take.
Rick Renteria is going to go to his bench with the right-hand hitter Matt Caesar due up. He's going to bring up Chris Coghlan. Coghlan started the first 3 games of this series, went 1 for 11. Caesar went 0 for 3 today in his first major league start. And Coghlan will take a crack at adding to the Cubs lead. Well, Coghlan had been hot coming into this series. The Mets have cooled him down. He had a base hit in yesterday's game. Castro at third, Valbuena at second, and Castillo at first. Cubs have taken the lead here in the 8th on Rizzo's home run. And now Coghlan trying to add to it. And Vic Black trying to keep that streak of inherited runners stranded intact. Bases loaded, 2 out. And Coghlan fouls off the first pitch fastball.
Coghlan has a similar swing and follow through as Bryce Harper. Look how he pulls away in his swing. Kind of not as pronounced as Harper, but on his follow through, he kind of pushes away from home plate.
Black stays with the fastball. And he's ahead on Coghlan 0-2.
Watch Coghlan pull off here. Loses his balance, falls away from the plate.
And that qualifies as a Cholula.
Okay. Had
a flamethrower.
Had a little of that on my omelet this morning here at the ballpark. Very tasty.
0-2 to Chris Coghlan. Brian Sweeney is out on deck. He'll pinch hit if Coghlan can keep the inning going. By the way, for d'Arnaud, that's 12 pass balls, 29 wild pitches. And that's an area where he definitely is going to work to improve.
A lot of them late in ball games.
1-2. Curveball bounced to Murphy. And Black does it again. Strands a couple more. And the Cubs leave the bases loaded in the 8th. Anthony Rizzo gives the Cubs the lead. His 28th home run of the year. Mets will try to respond in the bottom of the 8th, down 2-1. Super Slow Motion is brought to you by your Mercedes-Benz Tri-State dealers. Visit them on the web at searchmercedes.com. Coming up tonight on Geico Sportsnet at 10:30, Michelle Yu will be on hand, and she'll be talking with David Wilson about life after football. Geico Sports Night tonight at 10:30 on SNY. Chris Coughlin stays in to play left field, and the fine rookie right-hander Neil Ramirez will come out of the Cubs bullpen.
Well, he was saving games when Rondon was down when the Mets played the Cubs last time in Chicago earlier in the year. But he's really the setup guy. Rondon back.
Wilmer Flores leads off for the Mets in the home 8th inning. Mets down 2-1. And Flores takes a fastball for a strike. Flores 0 for 2, twice is grounded out to the third baseman. Kirk Neuenhuis is batting 9th in the order. He's on deck, and then Curtis Granderson. Mets trying to avoid a 5th straight game in which they amass 4 hits or fewer. No major league team has had 5 straight games with 4 or fewer hits since the Mets did it the last time 10 years ago.
Wow.
Two and 1 to Flores. Well, Kyle Hendricks was terrific. He went 7 innings, allowed 1 run and 3 hits, walked 2, struck out 3, gave up a home run, and he's in line for his 5th win against 1 loss. Flores hits it out to right center. Angling is Ruggiano, and it almost beat him, but he's able to angle back and get it.
Well, Ruggiano likes to play shallow, and you got a 1-run lead you're protecting late. You certainly don't want to have what happened in the first game of the series when he got beat deep off the bat of Lagares with men on base.
By the way, Kyle Hendricks now through 7 major league starts has an earned run average of 1.66. It's not supposed to be that easy. There's Neuenhuis up for the first time. Kirk came in late yesterday, hit a line drive to center field on which Alcantara made a nice diving catch. Curtis Granderson on deck. Cubs 2 runs, 7 hits. The Mets 1 run and 3 hits. Ball and a strike. Neil Ramirez, who grew up in David Wright's neck of the woods in Virginia Beach, 25 years old, first round pick by the Texas Rangers back in '07 out of high school. Keeping that fastball away from Neuenhuis. 1-2.
There's David doing that. I've been seeing David do this a lot in the dugout. Looking down at his feet. It's obviously got some checkpoints.
Neuenhuis down on strikes. Ramirez blows him away with fastballs, and there are 2 out in the inning.
Quick work. Upstairs gas attack.
So 2 out and nobody on. Now Curtis Granderson, who yesterday had a tying base hit in the 8th inning, and he comes up with the Mets down by a run in the 8th again. 1 for 3 today, just 3 for his last 33. And so it goes up and down the Mets lineup right now. Slump after slump after slump, all at the same time. And you know what? Might not get a whole lot easier. The Mets, the next 3 games, face Scott Kazmir, Jeff Samardzija, and Clayton Kershaw.
Yep, they're going to face some good ones. And Ramirez right here is a lot like Carlisle. He's just pumping in that fastball.
Skip that fastball in. 1-1.
Watch David in the 2 box here. He's way choked up too when he's doing this.
So what do you think he's trying to do?
He keeps looking down at his feet. I don't know. I don't know why he's holding the bat halfway up, choked up halfway up almost.
Ramirez ahead 1-2 on Granderson. Got him with a breaking ball. And Ramirez has himself an easy time of it. A 1-2-3, bottom of the 8th. On to the 9th we go. 2-1 Chicago. Here comes in with the Mets behind in the 9th inning. This is a little surprising.
Particularly Henry threw yesterday and gave up the home run, a full inning.
Well, we don't know who is unavailable for Terry Collins today, and obviously he's had to stretch his bullpen with Torres getting the start and Evelyn and Carlisle coming in early. He's already used Vic Black, but this is the 4th time that he has pitched in the last 5 days.
You're right.
Ryan Sweeney will be the pinch hitter for the Cubs, leading off in the 9th inning. Sweeney started yesterday in right field, 3 for 7 in this series. And he takes the fastball for a strike. It'll be Sweeney, then Alcantara and Baez for the Cubs in the 9th. And if anybody gets on, Anthony Rizzo, who untied this game with an 8th inning home run. Ball and a strike to Sweeney. In the bottom of the 9th, the Mets will have 2, 3, and 4 in the order. Murphy, Wright, and Duda coming up. So it would be certainly incumbent upon Mejia to try and put up a 0 and keep this a 1-run game. Curved ball hit toward the middle, a base hit for Sweeney. So Ryan Sweeney with a pinch hit single. Hector Rondon, who saved the game yesterday for the Cubs, getting ready for another opportunity. And we'll see if Rick Renteria bunts with Alcantara, who's 2 for 15 in this series.
Well, I certainly would. He's been a big OUT.
Wright playing in on the grass at third. Sweeney at first and nobody out. And Alcantara does square and takes a strike. Mejia yesterday gave up the first pitch home run to Castro. In fact, the first 3 hitters in the 9th inning all put the first pitch into play against Mejia. Gave up 2 hits. Was able to work out of further trouble, but that was enough to beat the Mets yesterday. Alcantara fouls off the bunt attempt, and now it's 0-2. Well, now there you see what he's done recently. So this is the 4th time in the last 5 days that Mejia has pitched. Not a lot of pitches in any of those outings except for the 20 on Friday, but still more than you'd expect, especially coming into a game where the Mets are behind in the 9th. But again, that might have to do as much with who else is not available as anything else. Popped up into shallow center. Lagares took a step back, now racing in, and he gets there. And back to first goes Sweeney. Very rare you see Lagares take a false step. He did there, but was able to make up for it.
Gary being very dramatic here, folks, with his play call. We all knew Lagares was going to make the play. It's very exciting.
Well, he generally does.
We know he's going to get it. You know, he could have stepped back. You're right. He's incredible.
And you know, even if he hadn't gotten there, he would have gotten a forced play at second base if that ball falls in.
He's something else.
So 1 out and 1 on. Here's Baez, who's 0 for 4. Flores robbed him on a terrific play in the hole back in the 5th. We'll call that survive replay. 1-0 to Baez, who's 2 for 14 in this series after getting his big league career off to a bang last week. And he smashes one to deep left center. Forget that. Baez showing off the power into the second deck. An enormous home run off the bat of Javier Baez, his 5th in the major leagues in just 60 at bats. And that puts the icing on the cake for the Cubs. It's 4-1 in the 9th. Well, if you were wondering what they were talking about, that was it.
That was a rocket launcher into the second tank, and he can catch up to a hanging slider, and that was what this pitch was. Just didn't do anything, stayed straight, actually looked like a cutter, and boy did he launch that.
Well, you don't see many hit in that neighborhood. Not straightaway left, but out in left center in the second deck. So Mejia gives up a home run for the 2nd straight day to a Cubs middle infielder. And you wonder why the Cubs are so happy with their wealth of middle infielders. Castro's homer yesterday, Baez's home run today, and now Rizzo drives one foul. Mejia had not allowed a home run since the 1st of June before he gave up that opposite field shot to Castro yesterday. Now he's given up 2 in 2 days. Rizzo's home run in the 8th inning against Buddy Carlisle unlocked the tie. His 28th of the year.
So the Cubs have powered their way past the Mets here, on the 1-3 outs from on the verge of evening the series. One with the long ball yesterday. And if this score holds up, they're going to win with the long ball today.
Well, it's one thing the Cubs do very well. They're 3rd in the National League in home runs, led by Rizzo. And the addition of Baez has certainly helped with that. 5 home runs in his first 2 weeks in the big leagues. Javier Baez, a native of Puerto Rico, hitting a home run on what would have been Roberto Clemente's 80th birthday today. 3-2. And Rizzo pulls one foul. Eighth pitch of the at bat for Mejia, and Rizzo pulls that one down at Duda. He handles it himself for the second out.
Nice play on that hot shot by Lucas. Stays in front. Ball came up, got the body to cover it. Take it yourself whenever you can, you young kids out there. Give your pitcher a spell. They're out there working hard. If you can get to the bag ahead of that runner, you take it yourself.
So 2 out and nobody on. Starlin Castro 1 for 3 and a walk today. Well, the Mets with a long plane ride to the West Coast due after the game today.
You will not be on that flight, Gary. You get the series off. Pick us up in Los Angeles, correct?
I will see you on Friday night.
You earned it.
Leave you in the capable hands of Kevin Burkhardt. Out to center field, and Lagares moves over to retire Castro and end the inning. But the Baez home run stretches the Cubs' lead. Javier Baez reaching territory rarely visited by a baseball at Citi Field. His 5th home run makes it 4-1 Chicago, going to the bottom of the 9th. O.co Coliseum to take on the A's, who will be trying to snap out of the doldrums themselves. Coverage begins at 9 o'clock tomorrow night right here on SNY. Hector Rondon earned his 17th save yesterday. Comes back for more today.
Hard thrower, flamethrower. Left-handers give him trouble, as you can see with the batting average, but very hard thrower, hard slider.
So I'm hit 99 on the gun yesterday. Daniel Murphy takes Lowen away at 97 for ball 1. Murphy 1 for 15 in this series. When's the last time you saw that happen? 0 for 3 today. David Wright on deck, then Lucas Duda. And the fastball, strike 1-1. Rondon trying to lock it down for Kyle Hendricks. The rookie right-hander went 7, allowed a run on 3 hits. And unless the Mets get a couple of hits here in the 9th, they'll have 4 hits or fewer for the 5th straight day. Line the other way. There's a base hit for Murphy. No, it goes foul. Well, it was close to a hit. That's about as close as he's come.
It's been a tough series for him.
Yes, it has.
Foul by around 10 feet.
Nice play by the ball boy off the tarp. And Murph will try again. At his feet with the slider. 2-2. Neil Ramirez worked a 1-2-3 8th inning, striking out a pair. Two from Rondon, and a full count. Mets won the first 2 games in this series. Cubs won on a late home run yesterday. And now the Cubs trying to get a split of this series before they head home. Both these teams will be playing Bay Area teams tomorrow. Cubs go home to play the Giants, while the Mets go to Oakland. And Terry's figuring, where can I get some more offense? When will it arrive? Of course, you watch this series between the Mets, who have stockpiles of young pitching, and the Cubs, who have stockpiles of young position players. And you see Castro and Baez, and you just wonder, do these 2 teams have conversations in the offseason? 3-2. Murphy drives one to right center. Now he's got a base hit, and it goes up the gap and all the way to the wall. So a leadoff double for Daniel Murphy in the last of the 9th, his 34th double of the year.
Well, you got a 3-run lead. You're going to throw a fastball, and if you're a hitter, you got to think that way. He's not going to want to walk me. I'm going to get a pitch to hit, and you're starting a potential rally.
Well, the Mets need just one more base runner to get Duda to the plate as the tying run. David Wright will come up. It's the first time, by the way, in the last 7 games that the Mets have had more than one extra base hit in the game. Duda homered earlier. Now Murphy with a double. Wright is 0 for 3 after sitting out yesterday. Fastball missed just barely for ball 1. Well, it would be enormous if Wright can find his way on base here and get Duda to the play with a chance to tie it with 1 swing.
Good cut by Dave. It just a lot of under a ball, a lot of fouls straight back, a lot of pop-ups just underneath.
From Rondon, and a foul tip. 1-2.
Wants the fastball away. It's right down the inner half, and there's the big uppercut from Dave, and that's a big Cholula, and this guy can bring it.
See the Flames. 1-2 to Wright, and he lays off the slider. 2-2. Duda looming on deck. Already has a home run today. 26-year-old Hector Rondon trying to negotiate the 9th inning. He's the guy. Nobody behind him. Two-two. Breaking ball. And just missed.
Squeezed them. Wow.
Well, he barely missed with the first pitch fastball, and that 2-2 slider barely missed.
Could have rang him up big time right there.
Now a full count to right with Murphy at second and nobody out. And David goes down swinging on the fastball. One down in the ninth.
Didn't want to get it in. This ball doesn't even start out as a strike, and David goes and swings at it. A little bit of run in, but never came out of his hand in the strike zone.
So Duda comes to the plate, and even if he hits one out of the ballpark, he can't tie the game. Lucas hit his 22nd of the year back in the fourth inning. He's also grounded out and walked 1 for 2. Travis d'Arnaud waiting on deck.
They're all doing the funky choke up there.
Right now, I think that they would sacrifice a live chicken if they think it would get them a hit. Call strike 0-2. Worked for Serrano. Here's the 0-2, and it's at the feet of Duda. 1-2. Rondon ahead 1-2 on Duda. And Lucas takes one off the plate. 2-2. Center field. Alcantara has room. Onto the warning track to get it. Murphy tags, heads for third. But now the Mets are down to their final out of the day. So 2 out, and it's left to Travis d'Arnaud, who's 0 for 3 on the afternoon. 2 for 10 in this series. Travis swings through the fastball, 0-1. The pitcher's spot is due up next. Eric Campbell's come out on deck to pinch hit if d'Arnaud can keep this game alive. Well, double Cholula for Mr. Rondon.
They always look for those closers, the hard throwers.
And now the Mets are down to their final strike. Well, the Cubs started the day with a pitcher who relied on guile, and Kyle Hendricks was tremendous for 7th. Ramirez a hard thrower, and now Rondon a harder thrower, trying to close it out. 0-2 to Travis d'Arnaud, and the breaking ball on the inside corner, and that's the ball game. Rondon strikes out 2 in the 9th. The Mets become the first major league team in 10 years to go 5 straight games getting 4 hits or fewer, since the Mets did it themselves back in 2004. And the Cubs, with a couple of late home runs and the fine pitching of rookie Kyle Hendricks, get a split of the 4-game series as they win today 4-1.
Well, when you're in a team and you lose the first 2 in a 4-game series and you come back and win the back 2, you feel good about yourself. They're going home. Hendricks, unbelievable. 7 innings, 3 hits, 1 run. Showed everything why he came into the game with an ERA.